Hey everyone, how's it going? So we're going to continue styling our post form now. We've pretty much styled everything we need to that we have at the moment, but we need to add the buttons. So the buttons that we have for the retweet and the reply and the liking. So we'll add those in here, but just before we do, there's one thing I forgot to do, and that's to add a class to this anchor tag, the one that has the display name in. We're going to give this this link here a class of display name. So display name, and then also we'll give it one line of CSS. It's real simple, so I'll just add it now. It's going to be dot display name, and then it's just going to be font weight is going to be bold like this. So what that will do is it will make the username, the display name right here bold, just like this. Okay. So like I said, we'll get to these buttons now. So what we'll do is go back to common.js, and right at the bottom you'll see we have this empty div with the class post footer. So what we'll do is we'll go down here and just add a div in there. We'll just let me tab across. We'll have a div, and I'll close it off as well. Otherwise, I'll forget. Like this, and this will have the class of post button container. All right, post button container. And then in there, we're going to have the buttons themselves. So that'll be a button. And then we'll also put a closing button tag on there. And then inside the button, we're going to have an anchor tag. So we'll do an I tag. And we'll also close it off as well, like that. And yeah, that's it. This is going to have a class, but I don't know what it is. These are the icons. Let me just see what we have. Yeah, we got the reply icon here. Let me see. Let's go back to Font Awesome and see if we can find some good icons. So fontawesome.com, and then let's find the search bar. So what's that going to be? We're going to search for what was it? It was a speech bubble or something. A speech bubble. Let's do that. So speech bubble. Let's try that. Okay. I guess we don't want this one. Let me click the free ones. Let's see what we got. We got this one. We got these ones are pretty cool. We got this one right here. This will do. So what's this one? This has got the class FAR-FA-comment. So let's add that. So let's go class equals and then FAR and then space and another class FA comment. Okay, so it's got both of these classes. And that should give us that speech bubble icon. So what I'm going to do is copy this div right here and paste it 2 more times. Okay, so then we're going to change just these classes again. Now I have the classes I used here written down, so let me see if they just work. So FA retweet, because this is the retweet button, so I think it's just FA retweet, and then the last one is going to be FA dash heart, and these can stay as FAR, I believe. So let's give it a try. I'll refresh the page and I'll submit a post. Buttons now. All right. Okay. Yeah, that's beautiful. I mean, we have one missing, but we have two. 2 out of 3 is not bad. Let me right click on the one that's missing an icon and see what we got. So FAR FA retweet. I don't know why that's not showing. Let me go back to Font Awesome and search for retweet and see what we get. What do we have? So we got a bunch of retweet icons. Free. Oh, there's only one free one? Wow. Okay. Oh, this one's FAS retweet. So this should be FAS retweet. So if I go, wait, I think if we didn't do a free one, I think the FAR one is not a free one. Yeah, FAR is a pro version one. Yeah, so if you want the free one, you're going to have to use FAS retweet, or take a look for another icon. Maybe you can just search for like arrows or something. Arrow, if I can spell it. And then maybe find one here that you like. Okay, so that's another option. But yeah, for now, if we want to see this in the browser without having to submit a new post and refresh the page, you can just double click on this and change it to FAS retweet. And then see what we get. So anyway, we've got 3 there. Like I said, feel free to use your own or just copy me. So what we'll do is style these now. Now there isn't much. What we'll do first is style the post footer. So that is the surrounding element of these. This one right here, post footer, it encapsulates them all. So I will say dot post footer, and inside there, all we're going to do is add display flex, and then align items is going to be center. Okay, and what that does, it just makes sure that they are centered vertically. You probably wouldn't have noticed much of a difference with that, but it's still worth having. After that, we're going to style. After that, we're going to style the divs that the buttons are in, and they were the divs with the class post button container. So we'll just say post footer space post button container, like that. Okay, now this will just have 2 lines of style as well. First one is going to be flex 1. Okay, and you can see what that's done is it said that all of the buttons, all the button containers I should say, are taking up all of the available width they have. Now that means that all 3 of these are going to divide the width equally, because all 3 of them have been told use all the width you have available to you. So they've all agreed to each other, alright, we'll split this, and they all take up a third of the width each. So if I hover over it, maybe it'll help you visualize it a bit more. You can see each one is a post there. Maybe I can resize this down here instead. I wonder if that makes it easier for you. So you can see each one of these, let me close that down, is taking up a third of the width. Okay, so let's go back to here, and right at the bottom, as well as flex 1, we're just going to say display flex. So those containers themselves will be display flex too. Underneath there, let's style the actual buttons themselves. We can say post footer, and then dot post button container, and then just button, like that. And all this is going to have is padding 0. Okay, so you can see that kind of pushed them out a little bit. And I'm wondering, maybe we should add some padding on the sides. So in fact, I will do that. Let's add a little bit of padding on the sides. So I don't want any padding on the top and bottom, I don't think. So we can leave that first one as 0, and the second number can just be 5 pixels. How does that look? Okay, I'll leave it like that for now, and we can come back and change this later if we want. Maybe we do want padding 0. We will see. Okay, let's style the buttons now. And the style we'll give to these buttons is going to be applied to all the buttons on our site. So I'll actually do it at the top, because we'll just style it on the button directly. So scroll down to above, when we're going to do it, underneath this nav, a hover. Just before we start with the classes, we'll just say button, button, and then we'll say background color transparent, and it makes that background color transparent. We'll say border, border none, and then finally we'll say color, and we want, there's a grey button text we want, but we haven't added that yet. So let's scroll up a little bit more to here, and we'll add a new color. I'll say dash dash grey button text, and the value of that is just going to be RGBA. Now we'll make it 0, 0, 0, which is a black color, but then the alpha value, you know, the A at the end, the transparency, is going to be 0.34. I don't know why I have this. I think I took this color from Twitter themselves. That's why it's a specific 0.34. I think it's just the one that Twitter uses, so that's probably where I got it from. Anyway, take this grey button text, scroll down to wherever it was here, and just put that as the color. Oops, we need to say var, and then dash dash that color. Alright, and you can see the buttons have gone this grey color now. Alright, so they're looking good. And there are a couple of things to do on these buttons when we hover over them, style changes, but we're going to wait and do that in the next video. So for now, make sure you copy all this code, and let's go back to here and replace our CSS code with that so we don't lose our changes, and we're good.